Top 10 Spooky Stories from Reddit. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I have compiled 10 of the scariest stories from Reddit users that happened with real people. So let's get started. Before we go on, don't forget to click like and subscribe for more content of amazing facts. Number 10. The Writing on the Wall. A Reddit user shared a horror story about writing on the wall in blood. At night, a young boy was on his bed when he heard footsteps reaching his room. He peeked out and with his eyes saw a murderer entering his room carrying corpses of his parents. The murderer wrote something on the wall in the blood of the dead ones and propped the dead bodies on a chair. He then hid under the boy's bed. The child was terrified and he realized the murderer hid under his bed, so he chose to remain silent and pretended to sleep. The boy tried to read what was written on the wall but couldn't read it. After an hour, his eyes adjusted to the darkness, and he finally read out the sentence, "I know you're awake." Number 9. The Pills. A Reddit user shared that he developed a sickness, and the doctor prescribed him some pills. He took his little red and blue pills every 6 hours. Unfortunately, over time, the man got worse. He became weak, his eyes got sunken, and his skin got pale. The doctor then asked him to take the medicine every 4 hours. One day he grabbed his medication box and saw his red and blue pills had turned white. Number 8. Closet Light. Evan the Nerd shared a spooky story when she was young. While reading at night, she always kept her closet light on. The light creates a warm, inviting, and comfortable environment flowing underneath the door. She never turned the light off, but one night it mysteriously turned off on its own. Number 7. Get in bed by 11. Jacob was staying at home when his mother went out and asked him to be in bed at 11. The boy didn't hear his mom due to loud music. He waved goodbye to his mother and kept playing games, watching movies, and listening to music. He didn't notice the time until his phone ran out of battery. When he realized that his mother never texted or called him in all the time that he had his phone, he sent her a text but didn't get any response. Suddenly, he heard a voice from behind the couch, "Sweetie," which sounded like his mother's, but wasn't. Jacob jumped and spun around when he saw thick black hair.
"Why haven't you gone to bed?"
Number 6. That Damned Mirror. A Reddit user shared a scary incident that took place with him when he was making silly faces with his son in the mirror and laughed. He then said, "That's my boy," while looking at the reflections in the mirror. His reflection flickered momentarily. All of a sudden, an unearthly hand stretched out from the glass and plucked his son from his lap. He heard a guttural voice.
"No, that's my boy."
Number 5. The Dancing Stranger. A Reddit user witnessed a weird scenario in his town when he was catching his bus early in the morning. He saw a tall outline which looked like dancing in a circle. At first, the man thought that the guy must be drunk or a crackhead, so he decided to wait for it to dance away. The creepy shape looked at him for about 30 seconds and then bolted behind a tree. It was this moment that he realized that this creature is anything but human. From behind the tree, it leaned over and stuck its head out once, twice, then it bolted from behind the tree into an empty plot where it mysteriously disappeared. Number 4. The Ouija board. Many of us have done daring stuff back in high school, so did this group of friends. They messed with the Ouija board one night, which turned out to be scary, and these friends were alone at home. The board was misspelling some of the words in the same manner every time. The Ouija board gave answers that seemingly had historical accuracy for that town. The spirit was a 10-year-old boy who died and was buried in the property in the 1800s. The board spelled out K-N-O-C-K, and soon the planchette stopped moving. They all got terrified, and soon there was a rap, rap, rap on the window right next to them. Number 3. A Letter from the Burglar. A random thief left a weird message for a young girl who lived with her mom. She was sitting in her room at 11:30 p.m. when she heard footsteps downstairs and thought it was her mom. When the girl went downstairs after some time, she found a piece of paper with the words, "You're lucky, I'm scared too." The girl was scared to find this note as she was all alone in the house. She locked herself in the bathroom and waited for her mother to return home. Number 2. Tired. A boy who always felt tired and sleepy but couldn't fall asleep. He shared that if he did fall asleep, he had weird dreams and would wake up in strange places, like standing in the bathroom or the living room, which is insane. One night he woke up and felt hunger, so he went to make some snacks in the kitchen. He sliced his finger but didn't feel any pain. Then he realized he was dreaming. Thus, he decided to cut into another finger, which also grew back. He then decided to check if he could fly, but ended up on the bathroom floor in a pool of blood and missing 2 fingers. Number 1. A warning. A Reddit user saw the ghost of a dead soldier in the barracks before he got deployed. This was the room of the guy who died in his company's last deployment. The half-headed ghost warned the new room owner to stay safe. Anyways guys, thank you all so much for tuning in. As always, comment, like, subscribe, and hit the little notification bell. See you in the next Top 10 series.